Hey, what's going on everyone? Just coming at you with another review. I've actually been asked to do this certain review, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So what we have is the iconian Herald Vonph Dreadnought carrier tier 6. Beautiful ship, absolutely beautiful ship, and to be honest, I think it is one of the best looking sort of enemy ships, just because, I mean, look how majestic it looks. It's like something the Halo universe would spit out just as a goodwill gesture to Star Trek. Look at it. Ironically, I actually did call mine the Guardian, just because Head of I was just out when I got it, or whenever it was. No idea. But it's an absolutely beautiful ship. As you notice, I have actually made mine look a little bit sort of like the gold and white there. Or is it black and blue? Who knows? I don't think it was actually black and blue before I actually changed to this, so I didn't even think of that, to be honest. But yeah, so, with regards to this ship, it is a Dreadnought. So again, like most Dreadnoughts, you don't get much of a speed out of it. But this one actually doesn't seem to be too bad. Again, it has got this huge, I mean, I'm on full impulse at the moment, but it has got this huge turn rate, which is going to, the faster you go, the bigger the turn rate is going to be. It's like that in real life as well. But it's not as bad. I don't think the turn rate is as bad as what others are, actually. And I think it's actually a pretty good moving ship. Again, just like all Dreadnoughts, though, it is slower. But is that really an issue when you have the hull and the power to back you up behind it? But you see, yeah, they designed it actually pretty well, because obviously you have got all these nice little spines, you've got all the nice little details. Obviously there are two settings to it, material-wise. There isn't any any other ways of changing it other than just the material, but I'll take you in there to have a look at it anyway. Let's just dock at the station, because it's going to be a little bit hard flying through the space dock with that. Might end up taking out a few people, but it's okay, it's all in the name of this video, so it's all good. I think they'll forgive me, don't you? I think they will. So when it loads up, I will take you over to see what it looks like. Yes, I haven't got my headphones on. I couldn't be bothered to put them on, considering I thought, well, the mic's right next to my mouth anyway, so you should be able to hear. So don't really need it. I've got a soundbar, so I can hear everything anyway pretty nicely. So might do them like this from now on, actually. You know. I like it. I can't bother to put one. Anyway, let's go into this. So, the original ship that you actually get will come in similar to this, obviously without the gold patterns on it as well. But you have got this nice sort of purpley, sort of pinky purple look to it. I decided to go with this Iconian 2 because I did like the silver and I liked the actual light blue markings. I think it looked a lot nicer. And obviously you do have all your different patterns, but that is as far as it goes for. That's a pretty nice one. That is as far as it goes for customizations. That is basically it, but I'm not really blaming, to be honest, because can't deal with it. There's not many on all the other ships. There's not actually many faction differences. But it's fine. It's fine. Obviously, it does have its own separate bridge, which, if you have completed the Iconian Wars, you will see what the Iconian bridge looks like, because it's where you meet some of them. But spoilers for the people who haven't watched it, because I know a lot of new players actually watch my channel. So spoilers. You might want to erase that bit from your memory. It might help. You never know. Right, so let's take it out. So, size-wise, this was actually one of the most sought-after ships when it first came out. And I purely think it's a brilliant ship and it holds up very well. But I also think it was because of its size. I mean, look at the Kelvin. Look at the Kelvin Dreadnought down here. Obviously, that was my last review that I did. Look at the size of it. It looks like I'm trying to mount it. Don't mount it. Bad. But, the Intrepid class just above. the Amato, just below. You know, it's a massive ship, and obviously the boundary of the ship actually isn't all that, as you probably would have seen at the bottom of the screen there. It's actually just cut that ship's engines off. So fair play. But you also get this nice little blowy glue words model out there. This glowy blue orb sitting there, like sucking everything in, sucking the energy of the universe in. It's like I'm gonna run you down. But yeah, so let me show you a quick bit of the stats. This is just a basic build. I literally threw it on just before coming on because actually I didn't have anything equipped on this because I only started using it today and I only done the first tier today as well. I've never actually used it outside, so I just threw it on. So not the best stats, but PvE, not a problem. So yeah, so handling wise, again, like any Dreadnought, it's slow, but it's okay. It's not actually bad. I mean, you look at the Universe class and you're turning for days, but you know, the size of it, you know, you should have that debuff on there. Obviously, you can increase it using the turn rate consoles, and you can get certain turn rate consoles, which will do other abilities as well. So look out for them as well. And just equip them on there, and it's fine. You know, they work pretty nicely. I'm not the best at building engineering ships because I haven't actually had any experience building engineering. It's that type of day. Building engineering ships. I'm more of a tactical, so that's what I build. So let's see if I can find a deep space encounter. It's only going to be level 30, but you're going to get a rough idea on how well it can actually perform. Yes, everything gets scaled down, but yes, also, I still have that power there. So, the game's not going to be pretty to me today. Let's see if there's anything in this instance. Probably not. And I don't want to be taking these into a PvE because I don't like using these for PvEs. Can I get over there in time? Let's give it a go. Slipstream over, shall we? Slipstream's always fun. Okay. Let's hope and pray it doesn't disappear on me. Like it always does. Always does. I'll show you the abilities that I've actually got on this whilst we're waiting to go over. I must keep an eye on the minimap, otherwise I am going to lose the deep space encounter. I've got quite a lot of tactical abilities just tapped on here, which if you're watching on YouTube you can actually just pause as well. Getting close to that now. Engineering, obviously I don't have much on there, but it doesn't have that many space. Oh, it's one of them. You'd think after so many times they would sort this out. I don't know why I bother going to deep space encounters in the Federation space. They're never there. Anything spawn in this one? If not, I'll just have to pop over to the Alpha. Let's have a look. Oh, you're going to spawn me all the way over here, right? Okay. Let's hop over to Alpha, see if there's anything in there. Shouldn't be too long. Obviously the engines I do have attached to this are the sub-transwarp engines, which is why I'm going a bit faster than what, if you're new to the game and haven't got the sub-transwarp engines, it's why I'm actually going to be going faster than what you are, even out of Slipstream as well. I remember when I was first starting out that I didn't have the transwarp engines, and I was in Slipstream, and I was like, well, how come everyone's absolutely faster than me? But I was still new to it, really. You know, it ran up to level 60 pretty quickly. What is that? It's actually there. Let's go for it. We've got this. Potluck. Absolute potluck. No, you don't want to let me in? Sure? Perhaps it wasn't potluck. Perhaps it literally doesn't want me to do. There we go. Let's pop in this one. But yeah, I was always just like, how come everyone's faster than me? I had no idea of the sub-transwarp engine, so if you ever do think that, pop on to the Borg rep and do a load of Borg PvEs, start leveling it up, and you will get, when you get there, you will get the sub-transport engines, and they work pretty well. Not the fastest in combat, which stuff like your Aegis engines are absolutely brilliant in combat, but they do pretty nicely. As you see in the combat, obviously these are only frigates, so it's not really difficult for them to deal with, really, is it? Let's face it. I have got anti-protons attached to this because they do give the nice effect of the extra, I believe it's the extra critical chance, but they've also got shield pen on. Which is what I normally build all my ships to go with, is shield penetration, because that way you can just bypass most of the shields, and it's pretty decent. Stuff like my NX class, I have shield pen on all of that, my tracer shield pen, and it just literally blows through. And you know, I've taken it into PvP before. It's not the best build in the world, but it's really, you know, puts up a bit of a fight. But yeah, I mean, you know, obviously the higher critical chance and higher critical severity you have, the more damage you're going to do, and equip that with a shield pen, and you're going to be doing even more. Hull damage, that is, not even shield damage. Go away. Yeah, so being a Dreadnought, obviously, it negates quite a bit of damage. It's got quite a strong hull on it. But that's just how, obviously, they're built. That's what they're designed to be like. They're not designed like an Escort, which has actually little hull, but has quite a high damage output. It has quite a high DPS rating, though. What are you doing? Come on. What are you doing? That ship, even level 4 should be able to take these out. Let's help you. Science vessel. I hate science vessels. When I'm fighting them anyway, I actually like science vessels, the design of science vessels to use. Woo! So yeah, level 30, deep space encounter, but you know, that doesn't really matter, really does it? It's giving you a rough idea on how well this ship actually copes. The thing with Dreadnoughts which stops me from using it is just their speed and turn rate, which, even with consoles to help, I personally don't like. It's not to say that they're bad, because they're not. They're pretty good, but it's just not my cup of tea. Everyone has their own playing style. But you know, if they do work pretty nice. They do, as it says on the tin, you know, they're big, they're bulky, they do actually have a high damage output. Stuff like the Kelvin Intel Dread actually has that extra like critical hit chance as well when you rank up for the masteries. This one actually doesn't. I'm not actually too impressed by the masteries on this actually. I don't actually think they're as good as any of the masteries. But yeah, so that was just a little rough guide. I don't know why I've got that equipped there. I don't even want that. No. Yeah, let's put that on. So, let's just flip back to the Sol system. Obviously, zoom in, you don't see absolute now just before you're going. That's always a good thing. Whenever you're like travelling, anything like that, just don't look. You'll get there. Yeah, look. I don't like people running me over. I'm sure everyone else doesn't either. In it comes. But yeah, out of all the ships, I think this actually looks like a real fancy looking ship. Oh look, there's someone else, hey! I think it does look a real fancy little ship, and actually, to be honest, I actually only discovered these colours this morning, because they were black and blue to begin with. And now they're white and gold. I know I've made the joke already in the stream, but it's a good joke. It's a good joke. It's alright. But yeah, so it is a pretty good little Dreadnought to use. I'm not a fan of the masteries. I will give you a quick view on the masteries once the game's stopped flipping out. So these are the masteries. So you have quick deployment, which is obviously for all your hangar pets, which gives the 50% rank up and a 33.3% recharge reduction. I never use hangar pets, I always forget. So that don't really bother me at all. I'd rather have the extra 2.5% critical chance. The armoured hull plus 10% hit points. Enhanced weapon systems plus 10% kinetic damage plus 10% energy damage, which is pretty good. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Then we have the advanced shield system, which is plus 10% shield hit points. Again, not really too much of an issue. It is a dreadnought, so it has got that stronger hull, and it will pack more of a punch when it comes to weapons, and it will take a bit more damage as well. So it's okay, but there are some more choice of masteries that there are on other ships, which I would have been like, Dreadnought probably would have been more suited for that. And then obviously the tier 5, which is the peak efficiency. Every few seconds, all your recharging bridge officer abilities will have their remaining recharge time reduced by a small amount if your hull strength is above 80%. So if your hull strength is 80% or above, you will have the, as said here, minus 7.5% recharge time to all bridge officer abilities every 5 seconds. Every 5 seconds, that hull strength is above 80%. Which isn't too bad, especially on a DPS build, especially when you're rolling out tactical, your tactical abilities, which is pretty good for little escorts as well, because those recharges are just instantly going to be going bang, 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 bang. It's kind of something that you want anyway. But there are some things, which I would definitely change about this ship. But other than that, it's not the worst dreadnought I've ever seen, to be honest. And it's really not. It's actually a pretty nice little dreadnought. And I am pretty happy with it. It's not one I use all the time. I prefer using Federation ships, but that's just me. But if I was more versed in sort of like using other alien ships, then I would be like, yeah, I'd be happy with it. No issues. But as far as that is basically everything with regards to it. So I've shown you the handling, I've shown you the combat skills. Yes, it's only level 30 again, but it gives you a rough idea. Giving you the looks, showing you the modifications, or lack of. But yeah, it's a nice little dreadnought. I wouldn't pass it up, to be honest. I remember when they used to be on the exchange for 100 millions. It was absolutely crazy, but now you can just pick them up on the exchange. The cheapest one I've seen recently was 150 million. And that isn't a lot, especially with the new cap as well. That is basically nothing now. But yeah, so if you are interested, you can always go and pick one up off the exchange. There are groups as well on Facebook which can help with finding one of these ships as well. So we have the STO Xbox One private exchange, which I use quite often, and you get quite a lot of good deals on there. There's some real great people on there. So have a look around and see if you can get hold of one if you are really interested in one. So I hope I helped make up your mind for you on whether you are interested to get this ship or not. I would definitely have it obviously in there, even for that tier 5 ability, which obviously I haven't unlocked yet, but I haven't used it until now. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. It's pretty good. I'd probably give it about a 7 out of 10, just for the pure fact of the mastery, and one for the turn rate. But again, that's a dreadnought for you. It's not going to change. It'd be nice if there was a dreadnought with escort sort of spin speed. But yeah, so I hope I helped make up your mind. If you enjoyed the video, please if you're watching on YouTube, please leave a like and subscribe. Obviously, I do have a Twitch channel as well, which is what this is on at the moment, obviously, if you are watching this live. But it would really help out. So thanks everyone for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. So have a good one.